One of the most profound realizations I've ever had is the simple fact that I'm judgy as fuck. Like the judgments is next level. And the judgments don't even come from a place of really trying to be like nasty towards people because I don't care to be nasty towards people. But I judge things that I'm not familiar with, I'm not comfortable with, that I feel a little like uneasy with because it scares me. New and change scares me. And because I'm afraid of it or I don't know if I can do it, I start to judge it before I even give it a chance. And that's what most of us do. A lot of us do, right? If you don't, ugh, kudos to you. But it's something that I had to work through and work on. I had to realize that I'm actually a lot more judgmental than I thought. Meanwhile, I hate when people judge me. I hate that. I hate being misunderstood. I hate being judged while people just take one good look at me and just decide who I am or decide what I'm about. I don't like it. But I do it too often to things that are new, to things that I'm not familiar with, and to things that are happening in my life. And that just comes from a level of understanding, oh, I am judgy because I'm not curious enough. I'm not curious enough to find out what's going on. When we judge, it's an assumption that we're making. And I used to make assumptions about everything all the time just to kind of keep myself from having to do it or having to explore it because I wasn't curious enough. I didn't want to discover what it could actually mean for me. So I judged it. And usually the judgments came from a very negative perspective. I only had a negative perspective. And then when I would go back, the same exact things that I would judge, the same people that I would judge, when I gave them a chance, I got to have an actual opinion about them. And most of them I didn't actually really feel that afraid of when I gave myself a minute to just accept that something is different or something is changed or something is new. And this is what kind of kept me stuck for a while, but now I can move through life a lot easier because I'm not so judgmental. I'm not just assuming I know everything. I'm actually open and curious and interested in knowing more. When something is weird to me, instead of just judging it and assuming the worst, I start to actually ask, like, what is that about? Why is this happening? Why is this person doing that? Why are they like that? Now, I also still have a very strong intuition and psychic abilities. And so, therefore, I know what I know. And when I know something, I'm not really asking many questions, but I know the difference when I'm judging versus when I know something because judgments, it does come from fear. It does come from a level of ego. And when we can move past the judgment, when we can allow ourselves to be curious enough about people, be curious enough about things, and be honest enough with ourselves to understand, like, I'm just afraid to explore this, that's when we start to open up our horizons and open up our energies and stop calling in negative judgments towards ourselves by being the change and not judging other people and other things that just don't simply make sense to us. It is such a profound thing to learn, and it really does change lives.